The morning air carried the scent of blooming jasmine through the monastery courtyard. The disciples gathered, their robes rustling in the gentle wind. Buddha sat beneath the ancient Bodhi tree, eyes half closed in silent contemplation. A weary healer approached, bowing deeply before speaking. "Master, my heart grows heavy with frustration," she said. "I heal the sick, but complaints never cease. My patience wanes." Buddha lifted his gaze, his expression serene and knowing. "Sit beside me," he said. "Let me share a story with you." The healer sat, her posture tense with unspoken burdens. Buddha picked up a small bowl, filling it with clear water. "There is a river," Buddha began. "It flows without question, nourishing fields, carrying boats, quenching thirst. It does not ask for gratitude." The healer watched as Buddha traced patterns in the water with his fingertips. "Yet, some curse the river, too cold, too murky, too slow." Buddha let the ripples settle. "Despite their complaints, does the river cease its course?" he asked, voice gentle as the morning wind. The healer shook her head, eyes filled with quiet understanding. "No, Master. The river continues, indifferent to praise or blame." Buddha nodded, setting the bowl down. "Like the river, a healer must flow. Service is given not for reward, but for relief." The healer breathed deeply, absorbing his words. "But how do I silence the anger when patients refuse to follow my counsel?" Buddha reached for a lotus blossom nearby, turning it between his fingers. "Does this flower rush to bloom before its time?" The healer studied the petals, their gentle curve unfolding in the morning sun. "No, it opens when it is ready." Buddha smiled, setting the flower before her. "Patience, dear healer, is allowing nature to unfold without force. You guide, but you do not control." The healer exhaled slowly, the weight on her heart easing. "Yet suffering remains," she murmured. "Despite my care, illness lingers. Despair grows within me." Buddha reached for a simple lantern resting beside him. He lit the wick, watching the flame flicker. "Does this light remove all darkness from the world?" he asked, eyes reflecting the glow. The healer shook her head, gaze fixed on the flame. "No, but it illuminates the path for those who walk with it." Buddha nodded, his voice soft yet unwavering. "You do not erase suffering. You offer presence, guidance, comfort. That is the essence of healing." The healer closed her eyes briefly, allowing his wisdom to settle in her heart. "So, my presence matters, even when healing feels incomplete?" Buddha smiled, his gaze full of boundless compassion. "To walk beside another in their suffering, without anger or expectation, that is true patience, true medicine." The healer bowed deeply, gratitude filling her soul. As she stood, the morning sunlight bathed the courtyard in golden hues. Her heart, once burdened, now carried the quiet strength of the river, the patience of the lotus, and the light of the lantern. She left the monastery with renewed purpose, carrying Buddha's teachings into every corner of her practice. Another day, another challenge. The healer walked through the monastery, her heart weighed down by the impatience of those she served. She found Buddha seated under the Bodhi tree, his presence radiating calm. She bowed deeply before speaking her concern. "Master, the patients grow restless," she said. "They demand quick results, refuse their medicine, question my knowledge. My patience falters." Buddha picked up a clay bowl, pouring hot tea into it. He watched the steam rise before looking at the healer. "What happens if one drinks tea too soon?" he asked, tilting the bowl slightly. "It burns the tongue," she answered, eyes narrowing in thought. Buddha nodded, setting the bowl aside. "And if one waits too long? It grows cold, losing its essence," she murmured. Recognizing the lesson, Buddha folded his hands, his voice calm like flowing water. "Healing is like tea. Rushing leads to harm. Hesitation brings loss." The healer sighed, but they do not understand. They expect miracles overnight, resist the slow process of recovery. Buddha lifted his gaze, watching a flock of birds take flight. Does the lotus bloom because it is urged? No, she said, following his gaze. It opens when the time is right. Buddha smiled, picking up the lotus beside him. Patience is trusting the natural unfolding of things. You guide, but do not force. The healer nodded, yet frustration lingered in her heart. Still, I struggle to endure their doubt and demands. Their distrust wounds me. Buddha reached for a handful of soil, letting it trickle through his fingers. Does the earth resent the footsteps upon it? The healer considered his words. No, it remains steady, regardless of weight or praise. Patience is the bridge between wisdom and compassion, Buddha said. To walk it, one must trust the journey, not just the destination. The healer exhaled, feeling the burden lighten. So, I must not rush, nor let frustration cloud my work? Buddha placed the lotus in her hands. Healing is not measured by speed, but by presence. Be steady, like the earth and the river. The healer bowed deeply, understanding settling in her heart. As she walked away, the morning breeze carried Buddha's wisdom into her steps. Another day, another lesson. The healer sat by an ailing elder, holding his hand as his breaths grew slow and shallow. She watched his chest rise and fall, the weight of impermanence pressing against her heart. A deep sorrow settled within her. As the sun dipped behind the monastery walls, she approached Buddha, bowing deeply. Her voice trembled as she spoke. Master, I have served with patience. Yet suffering remains, she said. Despite my care, illness lingers. I feel helpless. Buddha gazed at the setting sun, his expression tranquil. Come sit, he said. Let me offer you a light. The healer sat before him, watching as he picked up a simple lantern resting beside him. He struck the flint, lighting the wick. Does this light remove all darkness from the world? Buddha asked, holding the lantern gently between his fingers. The healer shook her head, staring at the small flame flickering in the evening breeze. No, but it illuminates the space around it. Buddha nodded, his voice steady. Healing is not about erasing all suffering. It is about bringing presence into the midst of it. The healer sighed, her grip tightening around her robe. But suffering persists. Patience pass, pain lingers. My efforts feel incomplete. Buddha lifted the lantern, letting its glow reflect upon his face. Must the moon brighten the entire sky to be of value? The healer glanced up, seeing the crescent moon emerge among the stars. No, its light is enough for those who see it. Buddha smiled, setting the lantern down, to walk with others in their suffering, without judgment or frustration. That is the essence of patience. The healer lowered her head, absorbing his words. Then even if I cannot cure all, my presence matters? Buddha placed a hand upon the earth beside him. Presence itself is healing. To offer steadiness in uncertainty is the greatest gift you give. The healer exhaled deeply, the weight in her chest lightening. So I am not failing? She asked, voice quieter. Buddha lifted his gaze to meet hers, his expression full of compassion. Failure is only in turning away. You walk the path of patience. The healer bowed deeply, gratitude filling her being. As she rose, the lantern's glow continued to illuminate the quiet monastery grounds. She carried Buddha's words with her, stepping forward with renewed purpose, her presence becoming the steady light in the lives she touched. The hands remain empty, yet the mind believes they hold something real. The disciples bowed. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.